Hey, Brandon.
Hey Nathan.
How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Why don't you want to tell the people what these are?
These are cigars that one of our sponsors kindly sent to us.
Little Anthony's Cigar
Little
Store.
Anthony Cigar Store itself.
And Jake, you want to tell us what you got there? That's a Steak and Shake Coke or whatever.
That's it. That's all I got.
What else?
Cigar opener.
Cigar opener?
Cigar.
Is that what you call those things? All right, man, let's open up these cigars.
And that's what you call them.
My apologies, Anthony.
Yeah, no. We're lovers, not experts. Yeah, well, I don't know if we're going to actually have time to smoke those cigars today, though.
Not tonight.
We got a little later start than we meant to.
Yep.
But we intend to, and we've got your rows of, well, you can't really see there, folks, but you've got rows of Sharon. You've got Jacob's Ladder, which I think we're going to have Jake smoke. You got just regular Southern Draw. I think that's what I'm going to smoke, just like your classic Southern Draw. You've got Cedarus. And Brandon is going to smoke a really cool sounding one that I can't remember. It's like Fire Heath or Stone Cliff or
Firestone.
Heath Bar.
Yeah, Heath Bar.
There's no one that's just called Southern Draw. Southern Draw is the name of the thing.
Well, what is the little one with this pointy end?
This one?
Yeah.
Kudzu.
Oh, is that kudzu?
Yeah, it says Kudzu on it.
Oh,
That's
that's the vine.
like the worst
Yep.
name for a cigar. I don't care for that at all. That was going to be mine because I thought it was just like the generic Southern Draw brand. But if it's called kudzu, then I might have to go for something else.
You just push the part that says Kudzu all the way down the,
You can't go for the one I'm going for, Nathan.
or maybe it started down there.
Well, we're pretty excited about those.
We are.
I read a good review of the Kudzu.
I don't know. It's been so long since I've had cigars. I don't know much about cigars now, I will admit. Well, what other fun things should our
I don't
listeners
smoke
send us?
cigars with my brother-in-law anymore, I guess.
I don't
Seems like.
have a friend or anybody with a humidor. Seems like the smoking fad has kind of
Dying down.
left at least my circle of Christian friends aren't like, we smoke pipes, we're cool. I don't really have
I
that.
like that this comes in a little cedar casing of some kind. Looks cedar to me. It's Jacob's Ladder.
Yes, Nathan.
Guys, we're gonna have to pick up the energy for these plethora of episodes we're about to record.
Yeah. We'll do it. Don't worry. So as soon as I get this stupid thing I'm doing out of my hair,
Okay.
These are all
I'll feel better.
obviously named after bushes.
Oh,
Like George Bush,
it's one of those Jeb.
George and Laura.
Plants, sort of. Kudzu is more of a weed.
High five, Brandon.
Jake hates us sometimes.
There's only so much stupid I can tolerate.
5,000 points for
Day and-
Jake. And no, not Jake doesn't get any points.
That was a real look at disgust.
I think it's been a long day for all of us.
Yeah,
But
it's been.
tell them what we're recording, Jake.
I don't know what we're recording.
Oh, do you know what we're recording, Brandon?
Lots of stuff. Henry V. Were some short stories. One about how a ferret eats a woman.
Yeah, that story's awesome.
And then another, the weirdest Poe story I have ever read.
Really
Yeah,
interesting.
it's very, it's Freudian and weird. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much digging to get to the depths of that story.
I think it might be about death and how we think we can outrun it, and then it catches
I
us.
think we can hold it off, but it holds illimitable dominion over all.
But we're going to talk a lot about it.
Yeah, we sure are. Why don't you tell them what we're doing, Jake? You think can our listeners know what's going on
Oh,
for
yeah.
Halloween?
Yeah.
They're
so
probably like they were
Halloween-
in October and they're like, where are the Halloween puns and everything? What's going on?
So, we had some bleed over with Narnia and stuff. I hate you. I hate you all.
What I like is doing the camera work because Jake will be talking and then we'll hear some insouciant comment from Brandon and then I'll pan over and Brandon will just be staring innocently and then I'll pan back to Jake.
Did you say staring insolently?
Either one.
So,
Anyway,
anyhow, as I was saying, we had all that stuff push up into October.
Ghoultober.
And so we're giving you a full week of
A
short
skull
stories.
week.
I'm not saying anything.
Yep,
A skull week of what?
I already told them.
I was
You weren't listening.
I wasn't listening. A full week of. But how's it
I
gonna
told
work?
them.
Did you tell them the whole thing?
Yeah, I told them the whole thing.
No, you didn't.
Everything they needed to know.
I heard it all, Nathan.
No.
Yep.
Don't punish the listeners for my transgressions just because.
I'm not. I'm punishing you.
Yeah, but
They heard me.
do they know what we're doing? They know we're doing a whole week, but does that mean they should expect a full-sized, like 2-hour Narnia length episode every day?
No, it doesn't mean that.
Did you already tell them what it meant?
It means we're going to be doing episode a day on a short story. In those episodes, I don't know how long they'll be.
It'll be the length.
Probably
that they'll
not
be.
full length.
Yep.
That's what we're doing.
But you'll get 5 of them.
You will.
Yep.
They'll be 5 minutes long each.
Well, that adds up to one.
Do it.
Oh, Brandon.
What?
Brandon. You need to embrace the short story as a form.
I do. I like the short story as a form.
No, you don't.
You don't like the short story as a form?
No, you don't.
Oh, I love the short story as a form.
Nope.
Just not sure I like these short stories as forms. Poe, I have a complicated relationship with Poe. Actually, it's not that complicated.
You just don't like the guy.
It's called I think he's overrated.
Well, yeah, but he's pretty adorable
He's
sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I mean, sure. He's creepy too. He reminds me of if Vincent Price had some sort of literary talent.
Yeah, I could see that. Actually, Vincent Price would remind you of if Poe had some literary. I think it's the lineage kind of goes the other way
That's
around.
true. Yes.
Considering Vincent Price was most famous for playing in movies such as Mask of the Red Death and Pit of the Pendulum.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he played in a series of pretty good Poe adaptations,
Did he
actually.
play in the Mask of the Red Death?
Mm-hmm. He
Oh.
played old Prince Prospero.
Is the character freaky that comes in with the?
Not only in a lame 1960s kind of a way. It's not as freaky as one might want.
It's really difficult imagining the building they're in.
I like that building.
Yeah.
I'd have a party there. It's got a bunch of jagged rooms with flames and stuff.
But there's a flame in the middle, right? And it shines through the windows into the rooms.
In the middle?
Yeah.
No, but there's a flame outside of each room shining through the lights, I think, right?
I thought there was a tripod in the middle of the.
Yeah.
It's not one
It
tripod.
was
It's
a little confusing. So no, I first thought what you thought, but then but then I came to think what Brandon thinks, which is that the rooms are.
it's like in a circle, or like they're
Well,
surrounding
yeah,
a
it's
tripod.
like it's part of what he was describing, right? Like you can't see from one into the other because you're always sort of angling and turning.
But you'd think if they just curved around one, well, you would. I was gonna say you'd think he would have described it that way, but he may have been having a fit of verbiage and.
He may have left it intentionally ambiguous.
Which way was the room?
I don't know. Because it's spooky.
Well, at least he left one thing intentionally ambiguous.
The creative intentionality he was capable of in his writing.
Yeah. Oh, guys. Edgar Allan Poe was striving for a certain effect, and he achieved it, and it doesn't really matter what else he did or didn't do. He's fine, I think. I mean, he did what he did well. Nobody's gonna... Well, we'll talk about
I'm not gonna be. Yeah, whatever.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about
We'll
it.
talk about it.
The cult of Poe.
Who? Yeah. I always feel like I'm hating on someone. I'm just gonna love Poe. Poe's the greatest. I never had any problems with Poe. I like Po' Boys. Those are great sandwiches.
No,
Great podcast.
I think that Nathan, you have to be right.
I think I do have to be right.
That each one has a tripod.
I think yeah, because
Is it just that at the very end it says the light is extinguished and it makes it sound like one light or something like that?
no, it even has plural tripods.
Ah, okay.
It's just, but remember the rooms go from east to west or something
Right.
like that. So
Yeah, that's right. Because Prospero's in the very east, and he actually has to run all the way to the Phantom of the Opera or whatever when he.
very symbolically from the east to the west,
Yeah, it's so cool.
where there's the dying of the light.
That's deep. I
Yeah.
didn't even think about the east to west thing. I was too scared. Okay. We can't do a. Well, maybe people will be happier for us to be snarky about Poe than they will for C.S. Lewis. I don't know. All right, bye, Brandon. Wait, what?
Well, Brandon needs to read this last line here, or this last
Wait, I could probably quote it.
paragraph.
Death
The last
and
paragraph.
decay and
Oh, you can't.
evil and decay and
Darkness,
darkness and decay and death
the Red Death,
and the Red Death held illimitable dominion
the
after all.
illimitable dominion.
Illimitable.
So it's so dramatic.
Not able to be limited.
And now was acknowledged the presence of the Red Death. He had come like a thief in the night, and one by one dropped the revelers in the blood-bedewed halls of their
Blood-bedewed.
revel, and died each in the despairing posture of his fall. And the life of the ebony clock went out with that of the last of the gay, and the flames of the tripods expired, and darkness and decay and the Red Death held illimitable dominion over all.
Okay, say goodbye to the paywall, people.
We need a literal like opera star
Yeah.
to come and read that.
Yeah, we really do. And we could get one.
We could get one.
We
Yeah.
could get one.
We have
Yeah.
friends with opera.
We could get Curtis to come in.
Well, say goodbye to the paywall, people, Jake.
Goodbye, paywall people.
I'm going to defend Edgar Allan Poe. He was good at the thing that he wanted to do. Say goodbye to the paywall, people, Brandon.
Goodbye, paywall people.
Bye, paywall, people.